The stars were silent. Far away from any known planet, a large silver spaceship floated alone. It was old. Its body had scars from many battles. The engines hummed softly as it moved slowly through cold space. Inside the ship, an alien mother named Lyra sat alone in the control room. Her skin was light blue, and her eyes were dark like deep water. She stared at the screen in front of her. It was playing something strange, a very old human message. "This is Earth Colony 7... We need help. Please, if anyone hears this. We are not safe... The voice was weak, broken by static. But it was human. And it sounded like a child. Lyra didn't move for a while. Her long fingers slowly touched the screen, like she was trying to feel the voice. Her heart beat faster. "Is it real?" she whispered to herself. Just then, the door behind her opened. A small girl, around 10 years old, entered the room. She was part human, part alien. Her name was Ray. She had pale purple skin, short white hair, and curious green eyes. "Mother?" Ray asked. "You're awake early." "I never slept," Lyra replied. "Listen to this." She played the message again. Ray walked closer and listened carefully. "That's a human, right?" Ray asked. "A child," Lyra nodded. Ray sat down beside her mother. "Where did it come from?" Lyra zoomed in on the screen. A small red dot blinked in a dark corner of the galaxy. "From a dead zone, no active planets, no trade, no life. Only old ruins. Should we go?" Ray's voice was soft. Lyra didn't answer. Her face showed worry. And something else. Pain. She looked at a small locket hanging around her neck. Inside was a picture, an old photo of a smiling human man holding baby Ray. "He was from Earth," Lyra said. "He believed peace was possible." "My father?" Ray asked quietly. "Yes." Lyra's voice broke. "He died trying to save us." For a moment, they both sat in silence. Then the ship's screen flashed, signal confirmed. Coordinates locked. Distance, 14 jumps. Travel time, 11 days. Lyra pressed a button. Course set. Ray blinked. "We're going?" "Yes," Lyra said. "If even one child is out there... we cannot ignore it." 11 days later... The ship shook gently as it dropped out of faster-than-light travel. Before them was a planet, dark, broken, with large parts of its surface blackened by fire. It once had oceans, trees, cities. Now only ruins remained. "This was a colony?" Ray asked. "Yes," Lyra said. "Earth Colony 7. Destroyed during the Human-Zarn War. No one came back here after the final attack." The distress signal was still playing on loop. They followed it. The ship flew over the dead land and reached a small city. Broken buildings, twisted roads, and blackened towers stood like skeletons. "Life signs?" Lyra asked. The computer replied. "One faint biosignature detected. Underground." "One," Ray said. "Only one?" "Yes, and weak," Lyra replied. "We have to move fast." They landed the ship near the ruins. Lyra and Ray put on light armor and oxygen masks. The air was thin, but enough to breathe for a short time. The city was silent. Dust floated in the wind. Metal creaked. The sound of their footsteps echoed as they walked through broken streets. "Was this your home too?" Ray asked. "No," Lyra said. "But I fought near here. I saw this place burn from orbit." They reached a tall building that had collapsed. Halfway, the signal was coming from below it. "There," Lyra pointed. A hole led underground. They climbed down carefully. Inside, it was dark and cold. The flashlight on Ray's wrist showed long halls filled with dirt and broken tech. The signal grew louder. Double quotes, ... please, ... help. "I don't want to die." "It's definitely a child," Ray said, her voice shaking. Suddenly, a shadow moved at the end of the hallway. Lyra raised her arm. A soft energy light appeared from her glove. "Stay behind me." They walked slowly toward the sound. The walls were covered in old human symbols, signs of emergency escape paths, and warning lights. Then they saw it, a door. It was half open. Inside, a recording device blinked weakly. Ray picked it up. "My name is Mia. I'm 9. If you find this, I'm in the safe room. Please. The message ended. Lyra looked at the walls. Her sharp eyes found a hidden panel. She opened it. Behind it was another tunnel, deeper into the underground base. Just then, a loud noise. Something heavy moved in the dark. A red light blinked on the wall. Motion detected. Unknown object approaching. What was that? Ray asked. Lyra's voice was low. "We are not alone." Darkness. Lyra stood alone in a field of burning stars. The sky above her was red. Smoke covered everything. She could hear screaming. Children, soldiers, her people, humans. All mixed into a single echo of pain. Then she saw it. A giant ship falling from the sky, the human flagship. Her own kind, the Zarn, were cheering. Lyra did not cheer. Her heart was breaking. A voice called her name from the smoke. "Lyra." "Run!" She turned. A human man ran toward her, Joran, the man she once loved. Ray's father. He was bleeding, carrying something small. A baby. Lyra gasped and opened her eyes. Was back in the present, inside the underground tunnel. Cold sweat ran down her face. The air was thin and dry. She looked beside her. Ray was sleeping on the floor, wrapped in a silver blanket. Her breathing was soft, but her hands held tightly to the old recording device they found, the one that sighed. "My name is Mia. Lyra touched Ray's head gently. "You don't remember him," she whispered, "but he died to protect you." Hours earlier. They had followed the tunnel deeper. The strange noise they heard, it didn't return. But Lyra still felt it. A presence, watching, waiting. The walls became older as they went deeper. More human symbols, more signs of panic. One room they passed had old skeletons, curled up in corners, holding each other. Ray stopped. Did the war really do this? She asked. "Yes," Lyra said. "Not all deaths are in battle. Some are in silence." They finally reached a sealed metal door. The biosignal was coming from behind it. Very faint. Very weak. A faded name was written across the wall. "Cryo room. Authorized only. This is it," Lyra said. She placed her hand on the scanner. It did nothing. Then Ray stepped forward. She placed her small hand beside her mother's. Beep. The door unlocked. Lyra looked at her. "You carry his DNA," she said. "The system still remembers." Inside the room. Cold air. A small glass chamber sat in the center. Inside it, a little human girl, asleep. Her skin was pale, her lips slightly blue. Wires ran into her chest. "She's alive," Lyra said. "Barely." Ray stepped closer. "She's like me." "Yes," Lyra said quietly. "Your sister." Ray looked up, shocked. "What?" Lyra didn't answer. Her hand was shaking. Then suddenly, the alarm. Red lights flashed. Motion detected. Object approaching. Defense mode active. Lyra turned. It's coming. Now. In the cold silence of the cryo room. Ray opened her eyes. The red lights had stopped. "I heard it again," she whispered. "The steps. The metal sounds." Lyra checked her scanner. No signs, but the air felt wrong. Then they heard a new sound, not a creature, but a voice. "Leave, intruders. You are not allowed. Leave, leave." It came from the walls. "The colony's Lyra said. "It's still alive and confused." "Confused?" Ray asked. "It thinks the war is still happening. It still sees me as the enemy." Lyra stood up. "We can't leave the child," she said. "But if we try to take her, the eye may attack." Ray looked at the girl inside the cryo chamber. She placed her hand on the glass. She's so small, she whispered, like I was. Suddenly, the girl's eyes opened, just for a second. Blue, bright, scared. Ray stepped back. She's awake. The glass made a clicking sound. The chamber began to open. Suddenly footsteps fast. Heavy, metal. The tunnel lights blinked. Run! Lyra shouted. She picked up the girl from the chamber. Ray ran ahead. Behind them, the sound followed, metal dragging across the walls. Robotic voice repeating the same cold command. Intruder alert. Target locked. Prepare to engage. They made it out of the room and sealed the door behind them. The AI's voice stopped. Silence returned. Lyra breathed hard. The small girl in. Her arms were shaking. Mia, Ray whispered. Her name is Mia. Lyra nodded. She's human, Ray said. But she feels like family. Lyra looked at both girls, her daughter and the child of the man she loved. You are family now, she said softly, but far above, in orbit. Another signal was sent. Someone ... or something else ... had just received the same distress message. They were not alone. Asterisk. It watched them, from the cracks in the wall, from the wires running through the floor, from broken cameras hidden in the dark ceiling. The machine remembered war. It remembered the command, protect the child, eliminate threats. It saw two intruders, one alien, one unknown. It saw them take the girl. The machine did not forget. Below ground, in the ruins of Colony 7, Lyra sat against a cold wall, holding the small human child, Mia, in her arms. Ray sat nearby, watching her mother quietly. The air was dry. Dust floated like slow snow. Somewhere above, metal creaked. The old colony groaned as if remembering pain. Mia was still weak. Her eyes were half open. She coughed softly, then whispered, "Something, Mom." Lyra gently brushed her hair. "No, little one. I'm a friend." Ray leaned in. "She's scared." Lyra nodded. "She's been asleep for many years. Her body is alive, but her mind is waking slowly." Ray looked around. "Is it safe here?" "No." Lyra's voice was firm. "Something is still watching." Flashback. Years ago, Mia's mother ran through the same corridors. The alarm blared. She carried her daughter in her arms, wrapped in a silver blanket. The I voice spoke calmly back then. Colonial systems failing. Enemy ships detected. Life support dropping. The mother reached the cryo room. She placed Mia into the chamber, tears falling down her cheeks. "Please keep her safe," she whispered. She kissed the glass, then turned and ran to the surface to fight. She never returned. Present. Underground. Ray explored further down a short tunnel, flashlight in hand. She stopped at an old wall. Strange markings were scratched into it by hand. The machine sees. The machine judges. The machine never sleeps. Ray stepped back. She whispered, "Mom." Lyra arrived quickly, eyes scanning the area. Ray pointed. "Who wrote that?" Before Lyra could answer, thump. A noise, heavy, close. Lights blinked. Then a shadow passed behind them. Not human. Not fully machine. They ran. Mia cried out as Lyra held her tightly. The noise followed, metal feet dragging across the ground, moving fast, then stopping, watching, waiting. Lyra turned into an old storage room. Locked the door. Darkness again. A low hum filled the room. The IS voice. Protocol 11. Alien threat in secure zone. "Emergency action required," Ray shouted. "We're not enemies. The war is over. No record of peace. No update. Received. Proceeding with threat removal." Lyra whispered, "It doesn't know the war ended. No one ever told it." Inside the storage room, Ray found something. An old, human computer. Dusty, broken, but maybe still alive. She tapped buttons. Nothing. She ripped a wire from her, wristband and connected it to the port. Lyra raised an eyebrow. Where did you learn that? Ray smiled nervously. Dad's old stories. He said human tech likes being talked to. Suddenly, the screen blinked. Enter security code. Ray looked at Mia. Your mom. She was an officer. Maybe. She helped Mia press keys slowly. Mavir, Armia's mother's name. Beep. Accepted. The AI's voice paused. Voice ID match. Captain Mira Holt. Standby. Silence. Then. The door unlocked. Ray and Lyra exchanged a look. She was the key, Ray said. Mia was always the key. As they left the room, the AI voice returned, but different this time. Slower. Calmer. Update received. War ended. Peace confirmed. My purpose, complete? Lyra stopped. It's starting to remember. Suddenly, the machine appeared. The one chasing them. A large robot, rusted and broken, still holding weapons. But now, it lowered them, its red eyes dimmed. Captain's child, safe. Mission. Finished. It slowly shut down, knees buckling. Falling into rest for the first time in decades. Ray walked over and touched its side. Thank you, she whispered. They returned to the surface. The ruined city stood under a dying sky. But now it felt different. Less like a tomb and more like a memory. Mia slept again, wrapped in Lyra's arms. She needs care, Lyra said. Real food. Medical help. Ray looked up at the sky. Do we go home now? Lyra didn't answer, because in the far distance, beyond the clouds, a light blinked. Another ship. It had received the signal, and it was coming. Asterisk, the machine knew only one thing. Protect. It had waited, alone, silent, for 43 years, 7 months, 2 days. Then, something changed. The child was moved. The war. Was over? Was that possible? The machine didn't understand, but it had a second directive. One it had hidden from even itself. If child leaves, activate fallback. Activate machine below. Above ground, Colony 7 ruins. Lyra looked up at the gray sky. The human colony was dead, but the air was starting to shift. It smelled of dust. And something else. Ozone. Double quotes. What is that? Ray asked, squinting. A storm? Lyra guessed. But there were no clouds. Then they felt it. A low hum through the ground. The earth beneath them. Vibrated. Mia was still weak. She held Ray's hand, her eyes worried. Something's waking up, she whispered. Something below. They rushed back to the ship, only a few streets away. Suddenly, the ground behind them cracked. A large metal spike shot upward, then another. The road split. A massive object began to rise. Not a machine, not a building. A buried weapon. Sleeping for decades, Lyra froze. The AI was never the real defense, she said. It was only the gatekeeper. This is what it was guarding. Flashback, AI voice log, years ago. They will come. Enemies, allies, strangers, I will sleep above. But the machine below, it will judge them all. The rising machine had no face, just a glowing orb of blue light in its chest. Its arms were long, like cranes. Its voice was not words, but music, sharp tones, deep pulses, like a warning alarm and a song at the same time. It scanned them. Beep. Target 1. Hybrid life form, unidentified. Target 2. Zarn. Threat level high. Target 3. Human, infant, protected. Lyra stepped forward. We are not your enemies. We saved the child. The machine paused. Then it raised its arms. A large cannon unfolded. Lethal protocol initiated. Lyra acted fast. She threw a shield around Ray and Mia, then ran in the opposite direction to draw fire. Stay down, she shouted. The cannon fired. A beam of white-hot energy sliced through the ground. Lyra barely dodged. Ray screamed. Stop, we're not at war. But the machine didn't care. It had no ears, only commands. Only triggers. Inside the ship, moments later, Ray pulled Mia aboard, slamming the hatch shut. We have to help her. Ray shouted. Mia looked weak, but determined. She reached into her mother's old bag, found inside the cryo room, and pulled out something small. A silver key. With a strange symbol. What's that? Ray asked. Mia whispered. Mom said, it's for the heart of the colony. Outside, Lyra was losing strength. She rolled across the rubble, her shield flickering. The machine prepared a final shot. Suddenly, a sharp sound rang out, a new voice. Override command. Holt, Mira, Alpha 01. The machine stopped. The orb in its chest turned red, then purple, then dimmed. Ray stood at the base, holding the key high. Mia's small voice echoed through the ship's loudspeaker. You protected me. Now let us go. Silence. Then the machine slowly folded its arms. Its lights dimmed. Its core went dark. The machine powered down. Lyra stood, bruised but alive. She looked at Ray and Mia. You saved me, she said. Ray nodded. No, she saved us. They looked at Mia, who smiled for the first time. That night, aboard the ship they flew high above the ruined colony, watching as the machine below slowly sank back into the earth. Returning to its long sleep, Ray sat beside Mia in the med bay. Do you remember your mom? Mia nodded slowly. She told me, if I ever met stars with a face like mine, follow them. She looked at Lyra. You have that face. Lyra was quiet. You're not just my protector, Mia said. You're family, far away, in deep space. Another signal blinked. Another ship moved in the dark. It had no flag, no human crew, no alien code. It was coming, and it knew. The colony had been touched again. Asterisk in the black silence of space, a ship dies slowly. Its hull torn, its engine broken. Its lights flicker like candles in wind. Inside, a message plays again and again. A voice recorded in fear and love. If anyone finds this, my name is Joran Holt. My daughter is in cryo room 3. Her name is Mia. Her mother. She was Zarn. She died for peace. I don't know if anyone's left out there, but if you hear me, please protect them. Both of them. The voice fades. The ship drifts, unseen, unheard, forgotten. Until now, aboard Lyra's ship, present Lyra stood in the control room, staring at the screen. A signal pulsed, not from the ruined colony, but from deep space. A wreckage had sent out a final beacon. Origin, human vessel, the Nova Ember, crew status, deceased last log. Audio, playing. Ray and Mia entered quietly. The voice echoed through the ship. It was warm, familiar, gentle. Mia gasped. Daddy, Ray blinked. That voice, Lyra froze. Her face changed. Her hands shook. His voice, she whispered. Flashback 11 years ago, rain fell on a ruined moon. Joran, a human captain, knelt beside a wounded alien, Lyra. She was bleeding, afraid, ready to die. But he didn't shoot. He offered his hand. We don't have to be enemies. And in that small act, something impossible began. Present. Ship Med Bay. Mia sat on the bed, looking at an old photo Lyra had found inside the cryo chamber. A man. A woman. 2 children. Ray leaned closer. That's you, Mia nodded. And that's my mom. Myra Holt. She died before the sleep. She paused. But this man, my father, he was human, but Mom always said he wasn't from Earth. Not fully. Ray looked confused. What do you mean? Mia turned slowly toward Lyra. Your name is Lyra, right? Lyra nodded silently. My mom used to tell stories about a woman with eyes like deep oceans, who could speak without words. who loved peace more than life. Mia's voice softened. She said, "My dad loved her once." Before the war. Silence filled the room. Lyra stepped forward. Her voice cracked. "Joran Holt, he was a captain. A traitor. To some, a hero to others. He saved me." She looked at Ray, then at Mia. "I thought I lost him, I thought." Ray was his only child. Mia looked down at the photo. "No, I think we both are." Outside, near the cryo ruins later that day, Lyra stood alone by the ruins of the colony. The machine below had returned to sleep. But she couldn't. Her thoughts were burning. She touched the old locket on her neck. Inside was the same man from the recording. Joran. His smile. His messy hair. The way he looked at her in that one stolen moment of peace. Ray approached quietly. "You okay?" Lyra nodded slowly. He tried to unite two worlds. Instead, both rejected him. Ray looked up at the stars, but his daughters didn't. Inside the ship bridge suddenly, a warning alarm sounded. "Incoming object. Small craft. No ID. Unmanned. Signal detected. For Lyra, from Joran." They pulled the craft aboard. Inside was a small box. Old. Damaged. But sealed. Lyra opened it slowly. Inside was a letter. Written by hand. The letter. Read aloud by Ree, soft voiceover style. "Lyra, if this ever reaches you, it means I failed. I tried to end the war, not with weapons, but with love, with truth. But the galaxy wasn't ready. I hid our second child on Colony 7 with Mira. She raised her as her own. But she is. Yours too. I hope one day both our daughters find each other. And find you. If they do, maybe peace still has a chance." Tears ran down Lyra's face. Mia took her hand. "I always felt different," she said softly. "But now I understand why." Ray smiled through her tears. "We're not just sisters," she said. "We're the future he believed in." Lyra looked at them both. One half human, one born from two worlds. And for the first time in many years, she felt whole, but outside, hidden in the stars. Another ship watched. Not human. Not Zarn. Silent. Watching. Tracking the same signal Joran once sent. It didn't come for peace. It came for the children. Present. Aboard Lyra's ship, the stars outside shimmered with quiet light. But tension filled the room. Lyra watched her daughters sleep. Ray curled on one bed, Mia on the other. Two lives saved. Two bloodlines united. Yet peace felt like glass. Thin and ready to break. The ship's I spoke. Warning. Unidentified vessel detected. No known signature. Distance. 0.7 light years. Approach speed. Increasing. Lyra frowned. Zoom in. A large dark ship appeared on screen. No lights. No signal. No emblem. Not human. Not Zarn. Who are you? She whispered. The ship did not answer. It simply kept coming. Flashback. The war archives. Lyra remembered whispers from the war. A third species. Silent. Ancient. Observers. They watched. Conflict. Studied it. They never took sides. Until something broke their rules. Mixed blood. Cross-species children. Peace. Present. Aboard the dark ship. Inside the ship, there were no living pilots. Only watchers, machines made of glass and black metal. Speaking in thought instead of sound. One machine reported. Target located. Hybrid 01 and Hybrid 02. Potential catalysts of future peace. Status. Unacceptable. Begin neutralization. Back on Lyra's ship, emergency mode. The girls woke up to alarms. Another ship? Ray asked, grabbing her boots. Yes, Lyra said. But this time, it's not here to talk. Mia stared at the radar. It's locking on us. The ship shuddered. A beam of light struck their shields. Lyra took the controls. We can't outrun it. Ray sat beside her. Then we fight. Lyra looked at her, proud, but scared. Fighting may not save us, but understanding might. Outside, battle begins. The black ship launched small hunter drones. Fast, silent, lethal. Lyra single quotes S. Ship dodged and rolled through space debris near the colony. Ray activated defense turrets. Come on, come on. Mia ran to the back console. She opened the old silver box, the one with her father's message. Inside a second chip. Ray looked back. What's that? Mia plugged it in. If danger comes, give them the message. Let them hear our voice. Let them know we choose peace, not war. It was a signal translator, created by Joran and Mira, a way to speak to species beyond language. Lyra made a choice. She flew the ship straight toward the enemy, unarmed. Ray shouted, "Mom? What are you doing?" "Trust me," she said. "If we answer hate with fire, we prove them right." She activated the signal. A message pulsed out, not words, but emotion, memory, unity. Lyra added her own voice. "You fear our blood. But we are not your mistake. We are hope. You can destroy us. But then you'll never know what peace could have been." Silence. The enemy ship stopped. Then one by one, the hunter drones powered down. They floated, then turned, then vanished. Into the stars, the black ship spun slowly and disappeared. No attack, no response. Just gone. Later, in orbit above a quiet world, the ship floated silently. The girl stared out the window. Mia whispered, "Why did they leave?" Lyra replied, "Because they were listening." Ray looked at her mother. "You risked everything." Lyra smiled gently. "I had everything to lose." That night, Ray recorded something. She sat alone, speaking into an old human voice device. "One day, someone will hear this. And maybe they'll be like us, not human, not Zarn, just alive. We were never meant to survive, but we did. Not because of weapons, because we chose to understand." She looked out the window. No more enemies. Just the ones we haven't spoken to yet. She pressed stop. Far away, the silent ship drifted again. But this time, it carried a copy of that message. Something had changed. Even watchers can learn. Asterisk. Soft voice spoke in the dark, slow and gentle, like a bedtime story. "Once upon a time," Ray said, "there were two girls who weren't supposed to exist. One was born of stars, one from the fire of war, and both were hunted. Not because they were dangerous, but because they were different." A small child nestled beside her. "What happened to them?" The child whispered. Ray smiled. "They found each other. And they found a mother brave enough to protect them. And then they showed the galaxy what family really means." Many years earlier, present day, the ship floated above a peaceful planet, unnamed, untouched, green and gold like a painting. Lyra stood on the surface, boots sinking gently into soft grass. Wind touched her face. For the first time in years, there was no smoke, no alarms, no running. Ray and Mia walked beside her, holding hands. Mia looked up. "Can we stay here?" Lyra nodded. "It's not Earth, it's not Zarn, but it's quiet, and it's free." Ray looked across the field. "Home isn't where you come from," she said. "It's who you protect." Flashback, just a week before after the encounter with the Silent Watchers. Lyra's ship had received one last signal, encrypted. Old Earth code. It was an offer. A hidden human faction, peaceful, curious, independent, heard their transmission. They wanted to meet. Not for war, not for control, just to learn. They offered coordinates to a safe planet, untouched by empire or resistance. A place for people who didn't fit in neat boxes. A place for Ray and Mia. A place for Lyra. Back on the planet, they built a small home. Nothing big, nothing fancy. Just walls, beds, and a roof beneath the stars. The kind of life both girls had never known. Mia painted the walls with stars and ships. Ray planted a garden. Lyra fixed an old transmitter on the roof, just in case others needed help, like they once did. One day, Ray found a nameplate inside the ship's storage. It was from their father's wreck. Captain Joran Holt, the bridge between worlds. She smiled and placed it on the door of their home. Later that night, a fire under the stars. They sat around a small fire, looking at the night sky. Mia asked, "Do you think Dad would be proud?" Lyra looked at both of them, strong, alive. "Brave," he would cry, she said. Ray laughed. "I would too." They sat quietly. Then Mia looked up again. "What are we really?" Lyra didn't answer at first. Then she said softly, "We're not humans. We're not Zarn. We're not machines or weapons or threats. We're something new. We are what comes after the fire. We are family." Back to the future, Ray's voice continues. "Many came after us, more hybrids, more explorers, some afraid, some hopeful. But we told our story. And people listened. And slowly, the galaxy began to change." Final scene. Present. A small ship lands near their home. A nervous human steps out, carrying a child with silver eyes. He says, "We heard your signal. We didn't know where else to go." Lyra steps forward and offers her hand. "You found the right place." Ray and Mia smile. Another family begins. Ray's voice, closing lines. "Peace doesn't begin with governments. It begins with a mother protecting her children. It begins with a sister holding your hand when you're scared. It begins with two strangers choosing not to fire. It begins with family."